Hello, my name is Leslie, and I am a life coach, a retreat host, an event consultant. I'm an endurance athlete, yoga instructor, barista, artist, writer, author. The list goes on. I'm above all else, multi-passionate. And I don't know about you if you found my page and you're listening, if being multi-passionate resonates with you, if you identify as being multi-passionate and some of the struggles that entails sometimes, right? I've often throughout my life found myself, and even in this season, right? Like feeling the need to put myself into a box, even though I know that my biggest, best, most beautiful life is lived outside of the constraints of this box, right? But I still sometimes am trying to fit myself into these molds. So, as a life coach and as someone who is often coached as well, just by friends who are life coaches and then by actually investing into life coaching spaces, I think that's one of the most beautiful parts about being together in those in these containers is being able to see where we are placing ourselves into containers that are maybe too small for us, or maybe that we've outgrown, or maybe that were handed to us by other people. And I love getting to explore that alongside other people. I love doing my own personal discovery work and my own personal growth and development alongside the people that I am serving and that I am working with. So last night, or like sometime over the last week, I was thinking about how to start promoting, presenting, and sharing about this new business that I'm starting in, also in tandem with the current business that I already have with my partner, Matt. We have a business called Elemental. We do coaching, host retreats, and have an online community that I love. And recently, I've decided to start a business where I am getting back to my roots of event consultation. So, working with other creators and entrepreneurs to create experiences with impact. So, consulting with them to stay aligned in their vision and then focus on the logistics second, because I think the logistics and the planning are so important, but they're definitely second to staying in alignment with what your overall vision is, where your heart is pulling you towards, right? And so as I'm thinking about how to share all of this and going through the normal things about, okay, what's my message? Who's my ideal client? How am I sharing on Instagram? How many posts do I do a week? Am I doing carousels? Am I doing reels? Am I doing stories? And how do I do all the things? And how do I promote all of my current events? And I'm just like spiraling out because it is so much, y'all. And then I was like, I just want to like talk and share with people, because the other thing is I want to spend my time and energy on the clients that I'm working with, on the people that I'm serving, on the experiences that I'm collaborating with to create. And not just the experiences like events and retreats and summits and conferences, but also the experience of someone's daily life. Because in my coaching containers, I've tried to narrow it down to one description, and it's very difficult because there's a lot of different moving pieces. I guess the one overarching theme would be helping people say yes to living a life that they love. So living a life that you love doesn't mean that you're constantly on vacation, or that you're constantly having these big aha moments, or that you're constantly doing these like big things. But saying yes to living a life that you love means that you're prioritizing yourself. You're prioritizing feeling good. You're prioritizing the boundaries that you have on your time. And so when I'm working with people to help them say yes to something, we're one, figuring out like, what is it that you're saying yes to now? What is it that you want to say yes to moving forward? What are the things you're saying yes to that you don't actually want to do? What are the things that you're saying yes to that you really fucking love? And once we identify those things, then we're creating a plan. So that's the vision, right? And that can be applied professionally, personally, whatever. But once you have that vision, once you have that heart ping and you know what direction that you're moving, then you can come in and you can say like, okay, what are some of the plans? What are some of the logistics without getting too attached to them, right? Because whenever we're planning for something, whenever we're creating a life that we love, whenever we're saying yes to a life that we love, it's important to not become attached to the outcomes, because the magic is what happens along the way. as we're transforming, as we're creating, as we're co-creating, as we're um, bringing these experiences of our life and of our work into the world, we get to experience the magic of each part of that process and who we become along the way. So, as I'm thinking about all this and launching this into the world, I'm like, well, what do I want to do? I just want to talk. I just want to share what's on my heart. I don't want to overthink everything because if you're like me, then you are like thinking all the time. And I need to get out of this headspace. I need to get out of this headspace sometimes. I just realized I have a lot of pronouns going on. So she, her, these are the pronouns for me, for Leslie. And I just wanted to share. So I'm going to try this out. And I apologize. You see my fan just spinning there in the background. So I'll tell you a little bit about me since this will be the first riff that I'm going on. But my name is Leslie, and I am a chronic planner, over planner, and that's why I love doing event consulting because I can help people dream and stay out of the plans long enough to plan a really beautiful, impactful event. But where I'm at in this season of my life is needing to plan a little less. So having enough structure that I can flow within it. My partner Matt is he coined that phrase in my life. He says it's like jazz music. So we've got the structure and then we flow within it. And that is really, really my vibe right now. I love having the structure, but I love being able to do whatever I feel in the moment. My autonomy and being able to make choices that feel good right now are very important as well. So, as a part of the work that I just do for myself, is committing to making decisions and doing the things that not only feel aligned, but that make me feel good. So over the years, I've dropped a lot of these like shoulds and have tos and thinking in terms of eating healthy and moving because I have to and it's good for me and all these things. And I actually listen to my body and think like, okay, what genuinely feels good? And when I tap into that, like eating healthy feels good. Drinking less alcohol feels good. Working out feels good. Strength workouts make me feel so good. Like it's not a chore. It's something that I genuinely look forward to doing. Now, mind you, I need to do my workout today, and the later in the day, it's harder for me to prioritize, but I'm going to do it because I know that I am the type of person who makes decisions to feel good, that are going to serve my highest self, right? And so that's what I do. And that's what I work with other people to do. And I do this not just in my professional relationships, but my personal relationships too. Supporting people, creating a safe space for people to be who they are, to express who they are, how they feel, what they need, what they want without judgment, with compassion, without judgment. Okay. So a little bit more about me. See, this is a riff, so I get to do whatever I want, which is what I want to inspire other people to do whatever they want, whenever they want, unapologetically, because guess what? We get to do that. But at the moment of this recording, I am 38 years old. I have a home base in New Harmony, Indiana. It's a tiny 800 uh, town or 800 person town, and I have learned that I love small towns. I love the energy of a small town. New Harmony is like Stars Hollow and Gilmore Girls, if you're into Gilmore Girls. But I just love the energy of a small town. I love that I can walk down the street and know people. I love that I can walk outside and feel safe. I love that I have my place in this time and space, right? Some other things about me. So my partner and I created a business called Elemental. It's about living in your elemental nature. And really what that's about is what, figuring out, leaning into, and then living in a way that serves your most authentic, true to you self. And it changes daily. It changes by the season of the year. It changes by the season of your life. And so that's something like right now in the season of life I'm in. It's currently we're late summer, early fall. Official fall's coming in a couple weeks. I am just loving the weather. I'm loving having the windows open. I'm loving listening to my body. The sun is rising later, so I'm sleeping in a little bit later in the day. I'm going to bed ever so slightly later, although I can feel that changing too. Um, I'm the type of person who loves winter. I love winter. I love when the sun goes down very early. This preference, this desire to enjoy winter was actually a decision I made a long time ago because I realized that I live in a place that has four seasons. It's 333. The universe is with me, y'all. I'm also constantly feeling, receiving, seeing signs and guidance from the universe, from my spirit, from God, from this source of love that is, I think, greater than us all, but binds and connects us all. So I made a decision to love winter because I realized like a quarter of my life is going to be spent in winter. And I don't want to spend a quarter of my life being unhappy about something that is if I'm living here outside of my control, like it's going to happen. So I decided to love it. And I've created rituals to support that decision. So I love watching movies. So I do movie marathons. I love the holidays. So I put up twinkly lights. I love to decorate. I love to do these little ritualistic things to make seasons of the year that would typically likely be more difficult for me, making them more fun, bringing more ease. And we all get to do that, right? Like we all get to choose the things that we like, the things that we don't like, and we get to make them what we want. We get to choose how we respond to these different things. So, something else about me. Let's see. Again, I wrote a really long outline for like what I wanted to share, but it's a riff, so I'm just gonna see what comes up and we're just gonna go from there and share it. Um, I envision doing this, I don't know, whenever I feel like it, but ideally maybe once a week and just kind of reflecting on the week that's passed and maybe sharing some wins, some struggles, some celebrations, some things that are on my heart and on my mind um, in hopes that what I'm sharing makes someone else, makes maybe you feel a little less alone in the world. And it's um, not about being positive all the time, but it's about embracing our humanness and meeting ourselves with compassion and non-judgment. So we're able to love ourselves more. We're able to liberate ourselves into the lives that we fully are worthy of and deserve and love. And help us connect more and love and support and serve those around us. Because that's what this is all about, right? This human experience is loving one another, being with one another, doing life with the people that we love and care about. So I'm multi-passionate. I'm an endurance athlete. So what that means, like currently I'm training to run an ultra trail marathon. It's a 100K. Depending on who I talk to, it either feels like the most insane fucking thing in the world or like nothing at all. So perspective really matters, y'all. Who we're talking to, our environment matters, who we are surrounding ourselves with, what we're consuming, what we're listening to, what we're allowing ourselves to believe all matters in these things that we're doing. Endurance sport, it's my playground. It's my place to get into flow. It's my place to learn, grow, evolve, and to learn about myself, to meet myself in challenge, meet myself in a place of um, opportunity to doubt, right? Because I mean, even if you're running a mile, if you've never run a mile, I mean, like a mile is a long way. And the the more we increase our baseline, the more we um, show ourselves what we're capable of, I feel like that can transcend into all different parts of our life. So that's where I'm at with endurance sport. One of the biggest lessons endurance sport has taught me just this month alone is how the the destination is not so important, right? So like if I don't finish this race that I said I would do that I've been training for, I'm actually going to be super okay with it because by committing to this process, I have changed and evolved so much in the training. I've met different people, key people in my life now, like new, really, really amazing friends that I likely would not have crossed paths with had I not been training for this race. They're not training for a race. Some of them are ultra runners, some of them are not. But I would likely have not met them had I not made the decisions I did because I'd committed to this training. So I'm evolving, I'm changing, I'm seeing these different things evolve along the way. And the transformation and who I'm becoming in the process is what I'm enamored with, right? And it's who I'm becoming on my way to this destination, to this outcome that might look wildly different than what I imagined. And I fully intend to do the race, complete the race, and see what happens on the other side. Excuse me, but the race isn't the thing. It's all the stuff in between. So that's a little bit about myself as an endurance athlete, as an entrepreneur. Um, I recently was asked by a friend what was different about this new business that I'm creating versus the ones I created in the past. And I realized as I was starting to think about like the differences in the services, like the all the kind of brass tack stuff, I realized like the only difference that matters is that I believed in myself without proof and without doubt for my first business that it was going to succeed. And it did. It was very successful. And recently, I've been so in my head about this new thing, putting so much pressure on myself to make a certain amount of money and to make a certain amount of impact and all these things. And I know when I focus on those things, I just get in my own way. So, what I'm doing now with my work is why I'm here in this moment is to release my grip on all these things and speak from my heart and allow this message, allow who I am to meet you wherever you are at and trust the process as it unfolds. Because to be honest, I can't see the end result of my business right now. But I think it's because I know deep down that what it is that my life, my work is ultimately going to become is not something that I can see yet. So my work is into feeling what it feels like to be at this outcome, right? And allow myself to transform and feel who I am and be who I am on the way to that finish line. While also knowing that the finish line, y'all, doesn't exist. It's just ever changing, right? It's like, I don't know, I've heard these sayings where um, you think about like reaching a certain point, but then as the years go by, like the bar is just like consistently raised. And so we're just like constantly putting this pressure on ourselves. So, that's something else about me, y'all, is I am fiercely dedicated to rest and downtime and play. I am in the process of learning what play looks like, what I enjoy doing for fun, but the more years go by, the more I realize how important it is to just have some fun and doing things that are fun whenever you want. So I know we've got our commitments and we have to make money and we have to work and we have to do all these things, right? I use have to lightly because we don't really have to do anything. And well, at the same time we do. Um, just these paradoxes, right? All these multiple truths existing at one time that can sometimes drive us crazy, but are also like the way, right? The obstacle is the way. Um, but prioritizing fun and rest. I mean, just with my endurance training, like it is non-negotiable that I have a one full rest day. I even have built into my weeks. I do 3 weeks where I'm on like hardcore training, 1 week that's off. So I'm tapering down. I'm allowing my body to rest. And those weeks of rest are sometimes the hardest ones. Um, but let's see, what else about me? In this season of just riffing. I'm just all over the place, is what it feels like. But that is the life of the multi-passionate, right? We have so many things on our heart. And isn't it nice just to like talk about whatever you need to and you want to every once in a while? Um, so let's see. What do I want to share? What do I want to share? Maybe that's enough for now because y'all, I intend to keep sharing these posts, these riffs. Maybe I'll come up with a new name. I don't know. Maybe I won't. But if you're in a season and you're feeling maybe lost, if you're feeling like you're feeling or knowing that you're in the middle of a transition, or maybe one is on the horizon, just the message I'm feeling on my heart to share with you right now is you're not alone. And depending on that physical season of the year, you could just be more in tune with what's happening around you with the changing physical seasons of the earth, right? I know I experience that a lot, but trust yourself, trust in what you're doing, bring some self-compassion and non-judgment into the space. See how that feels. Because I know that whenever we bring in self-compassion, we often create space for something really beautiful to emerge, something that we couldn't have maybe planned. So you got this. We got this. It's life. Life is lifing all the time, but we've got the tools, we've got the resources, we've got the people, the support, the guidance, the inner knowing to do the things, to do what we need to do the hard things, to do the easy things, to ultimately invite in more ease into our lives. So thank you for being here. Send me a note if you feel compelled. Let me know what you've got going on. Send me your riff. Tell me a little bit about you. I would love to hear. And until next time, I'll be sending you love, sending you vision, and always cheering for you. So, XO.